morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Nick, and thank you for joining the show. So I got a comment. Comment was, Nick, why is your countdown a minute? That is so long. And the reason why is because I still set all of this up, and I need the long countdown so I can get into this seat with my coffee, with my notes, with my camera switcher thingamabobber thingy software, and then still make sure that I look presentable for you. So thank you guys for joining me this morning. My name is Nick. This is going to be Marketing Morning Updates with Nick. And you want to know what? We're going to start off this day a little bit differently. I had the absolute honor of speaking with a gentleman named Nick Russell. And for those of you who know who Nick Russell is, you're going to be like, yeah. So my daughters actually call him Monster Nick because this guy's just like built to the max. And we were talking about peptides and different things that are going on in that world. And, talking about a little bit of family. And we were talking about problems. And I was mentioning to him, like, hey, like, I'm having to go through some stuff right now. And he's like, yeah, but, this. And I'm like, ouch. He dropped a little hot gold. Let me go and share what he said. He said, if your problems can be solved by money or time, then you don't have real problems. I am absolutely blessed to be born inside the United States. I am absolutely blessed to be inside the state of Texas. I am absolutely blessed to live in Prosper and work in Prosper, Texas. I am absolutely blessed for the wife that God has given me. I am absolutely blessed for the daughters God has given me. I am absolutely blessed for the furballs that God has given me. I am absolutely blessed to own this business. I am blessed to have a Lindsay Smith that chooses every morning to do this business with me. I am blessed to have Kyle and G and John working with us. I am blessed to go to Elevate Life Church and have a father voice, Pastor Keith, speaking into my life. I am blessed to have the Kraft family leading. I am blessed to have the Unkelbach family leading. I am blessed to have Pastor Corey and Pastor Jen and their families leading, so that we've been like, that church has fundamentally changed the course of my life and my family's life. Because they're leading, we get to learn how to lead and keep moving forward. Why? Because that is what true leaders do. So thank you, Nick, for sharing a little bit of hot gold with me, for being on this journey with me. And you want to let me say this. I am blessed for mighty men. I am blessed for the families that I get to do life with, the families that I call family of choice, and the families that I call friends. I am blessed to be directors of the bookstore at church and love on people. It's very interesting, and we're going to go off on a tangent here for a second, then I'll bring it back to the marketing side. There's a lot of growling going on right now, and I think, especially within the political realm, and I think people have this really misconstrued. So I'm going to define this for you. I am called to love you. Yes, as a Christian, as a follower of Christ, I am called to love you. I am not called to agree with you, and I am not called to love your choices. That's the difference. I can love you, but I don't have to agree with you, and I don't have to love the choices that you are making. If you just got offended by that, if you chose to be offended by that, realize that you chose to be offended. That's a prompt. 99% of the time, when you're offended by something, when you go, ow, that hurt, oh my goodness, that makes me angry, that's something that you have to work on within you. I'm going to say it one more time so we're all on the same page. I love you. I want you to succeed in life. I want you to have a great life. But I don't have to agree with you if you're making bad choices. A brother is, here we go, right? We talk about this in Mighty Men all the time. When a brother falls, you don't go down and go, oh, look at that brother. I'm going to, I love you so much. I'm going to let you stay there. No, I love you so much. Get up and walk with me. Let's get out of this mess. I don't have to love your choices. I don't have to agree with you. The next time you get into a discussion with someone and they don't agree with you, understand it's not you as the person. It's the choices you're making. I love my wife, and I love, hear me on this, my daughters. To all my parents out there, you love your kids, but do you always agree with their choices? You love your kids, but you don't have to love the choices they make. That's why we have something called discipline, correction. I love my kids enough to be the guardrails in their life so they don't put themselves in situations, so they don't choose not to grow, so they don't choose not to lead. We have this household terminology that we have. It's called Gartside greatness. My daughters are going to be Gartside greatness. They choose to be Gartside greatness. And if they don't choose that, do I love them any less? No, I don't love the choice that they made. I love them exactly where they are, and I love them for all that God has created them to be. But I don't agree with the choice. That's how God is to you. God loves you. He just doesn't love the choices you're making. All right, as my voice totally cracked on that last part, we're gonna leave that right there. Thank you guys for joining in. Normally, I don't go on those trails, but that's something that I feel in today's climate, with as much anger that is out there. Remember, I love you. I just don't love the choices you're making. All right, so this weekend has been just absolutely full of shifts and high-stakes regulatory moves. Ooh, here we go. As we move more towards reviews generating revenue, you have to understand the changes that are going on. And today we're going to talk about what's going on with AI and to help you become known, be liked, and build trust. First thing, become known, visibility. The third rule, visibility. ChatGPT citation logic has been exposed. A massive study of over 1 million ChatGPT responses this weekend has revealed that 44.2 of the citations come from the first third of a web page. This prior bias proves that AI models aren't just reading your content, they're looking at it to extract quick facts so that you can be known by AI. Your most valuable insights must be front-loaded in the entity and be entity rich. What does that mean? That means that first part of your website that you put that huge video on that takes massive load times and you have literally no text on there because you want it to be pretty, you're doing it wrong. Yes, it looks pretty. Don't get me wrong. No, don't get me wrong on that. But the AI is not reading it. Okay, 44.2 citations came from the first third of your website. When you do SEO, SEO is broken into two types. You have one-time payment SEO. This is your setup SEO. This is to make sure that the keywords are there, make sure everything is done right. There is no ongoing SEO. There's no reason for paying for ongoing SEO if they're not creating new content for your website. A client that I'm meeting with this week, he was with a company that was charging him for SEO $350 a month. And I pulled his website. It hasn't been edited in over 18 months. Having to explain that to a business owner of, hey, you paid for this. They didn't do anything. But you didn't know because you don't have someone in your corner going, hey, let me check this agency. 90% of what I do as a fractional CMO is make sure that those people that you are paying are actually doing their job. That is it. Now, is this person eventually going to move to us? Yes. However, if that other company was charging them that $350 a month, was putting new content up there and helping their SEO because they operate within 5 to 6 different cities, that's a completely different story, but that wasn't happening. All right. What does that really mean for your website? That means that your brand's value proposition is probably buried in the footer, right? What you do, who you are. Oh man, branding 101. Here's who I am. Here's what I do. Here's what I do. Here's the problem I solve, and here's how I fix it. Right? If you're putting all that at the bottom, then the long language models, okay, aren't even reading it. In 2026, SEO isn't about the long tail. It's about getting there fast. Are you giving the AI the information it needs very fast so the authority, you, can be cited within the first 300 words? If you're not doing that, you're losing your leads to your competitors. If you have a website, you want to know what, Lindsay, we need to do a 300-word audit. Like, send me your website. Send it to me. I will pull I will create a system that will pull the first 300 words and send it back to you. So you actually know what you're telling the AI. That's what we need to do. Okay? So Gemini's local takeover. Ask Maps Raw. Oh my goodness, that is so true. I actually just checked this. I checked this over the weekend. So if you have the Google Maps app, Google officially is ramping up the Ask Maps this weekend. Go figure, right? Gemini powered conversational layers within Google Maps now allow users to ask complex questions like, which local plumber has the best reputation for emergency leaks at fair pricing? Listen to what I just said. It wasn't local plumber near me. It wasn't find me a plumber. It is which local plumber, i.e., name your company, name your service, which local you has the best reputation, the best Google reviews that are responded to for this thing, emergency leaks, and fair pricing. When you respond to reviews, you have to be putting this terminology in so the AI knows that you're the answer for this problem. So the AI knows that you are the solution to this issue directly within the map interface. It's just a discovery from local business from a list of pins, and then you got to go through and click on every pin and read all the different things to curated AI recommended shortlist. Now, please hear me with this, right? Let's distill this down a little bit. That means that the reviews matter and your response matters even more. When you work with us and I ask you for a Google review, right? I'm also going to prompt you. I'm going to give you with, hey, can you please make sure to use these keywords? This is what I want AI to say about us. And when we reply back, we reply back within 24 hours because that's a clock that starts. And Google is 100% measuring you on how fast you reply. Here we go, right? This is just like social media. You put up content and people comment, and if you don't reply to those comments, eventually you start to disappear. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You got the review. You have to engage your audience. Now, hear me with this, right? Reputation management is the only platform that has a 100% engagement rate. What does that mean? That means when you reply back, that person gets prompted to go read your reply. The next part of that algorithm that you need to know is time. You must respond to every review, good, bad, in the middle. And how long you take affects the algorithm and the way AI is going to be recommending your business. Visibility is no longer just a pin on the map. It's a conversational recommendation. If your local data isn't structured for Gemini within your Google Business Profile for Gemini, you aren't just off the map, you're not even in the conversation. Part 2, be liked. The rise of the analysis. AdLift launched a new framework this morning specifically designed for zero-click environments. Ooh, let's go. Since 60% of searches now end without a click, brand sentiment is now being formed inside the AI summary. This new tool ignores general web noise and focuses directly on how the brand is positioned with AI-generated answers, scoring trust and leadership in real time. What does that mean? That means that if you're just measuring clicks, that metric is going to be going away. The ads game, the click game is changing. We can't just track what people say on Yelp anymore. We have to track what the AI thinks people are saying. Your reputation is now directly integrated with your revenue. Back in the day, reputation management was the thing that you would get to. If you had a marketing team, it was the part that you gave the new guy or gal. It was at the bottom of the list. I am telling you right now, it is moving very quickly from the bottom of the list to the middle of the list to the top of the list. This is going to be the most important thing that you do. So when we chit chat and you say, well, it's so hard for me to get reviews. Is it really? Is it? Or is it just you don't understand the value that goes along with it? If you're struggling with getting reviews from clients and prospects, one, I ask you, did you really bring value? And then two, did you educate them about how important their words are? And then people go, well, you know, they don't have a Gmail account, right? They're maybe a little bit older. They're on AOL. They're on Yahoo. Great. There's Trustpilot. There's Apple recommendations. There's Yelp. There are so many other locations that can supplement. So maybe you don't get the Google review, but there's other places they can go. The anti-AI authenticity play. Over the weekend, the giant Airy launched a major campaign doubling down on the human-only content, publicly banning AI-generated models and unverified reviews. This move is signaling a growing consumer AI fatigue. I agree. Where brands are winning sentiment by telling the most real entity in an increasing synthetic marketplace. You know when you see AI, there's just something off. You know when you see an AI ad, there's just something off. Your brain is designed to see that. Why? Because it's pretty much a threat, right? But it knows something is off. So what's going on is now there's the rise of the, hear me on this, personal brand. Do you own yourname.com? Authenticity is the new premium. While everyone else is using AI to fake reputation, the winners are using AI to protect real reviews. And it only works when reviews feel human. Okay, what does this mean? This is not just on the content side, right? This is also on the reputation management side. That means if you have an AI responder that goes, thank you, you just epically failed. When someone goes in and they go, leaves a review, and they go, you know, thank you, this person, da 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 da, and they keyword it, and you just reply, thank you. Why? Because you have an auto AI responder that's not doing it correctly. When you have an AI response, the response still needs to go to a human. The human still needs to confirm that all of that information is correct, and then you publish it. It takes out the heavy lifting, but you still have to have a human in the loop. And if you don't know what that is, you need to go very much inform yourself, because it is very, very important as we get to governance. New York synthetic performer disclosure law. New York legislators have moved forward this weekend with the strict requirements for disclosing synthetic performers in marketing. Starting mid-2026, any AI-generated spokesperson or voiceover must be conspicuously labeled. Failure to comply carries heavy civil penalties, marking a major shift towards mandatory transparency in AI-driven advertising. I agree. You get these ads for health products, and the person who's repping the ad looks really, and in my case, it's guys' ads, and they look really built. But if you look at the very bottom, it says AI-generated, content. So great. You just got every guy to think, hey, I could look like that, or I could move in that direction if I did whatever this is. But at the end of the day, it's an AI-generated individual. It's an AI-generated, piece of content. And now there's going to be governance with it, right? Governance is going to become the backbone of trust. If you're using AI to represent your brand without transparency framework, you're not just risking a fine, you're incinerating your van's most valuable asset, its integrity. It stinks that government has to tell us that. Like, common sense, right? Be honorable. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. New data, ranking does not equal citations. New data this weekend shows that overlapping between the top 10 Google ranks and AI citations has plummeted from 76% to 38%. Top 10 Google ranking does not mean that you're being recommended by AI. At first, it was at 76%. Now the disparity is at 38%. AI models are now bypassing the traditional authority sites in favor of those with verified credentials. Pause. Hard stop. All those lead generating companies like AngelList, right? They make sure they rank for this. They make sure they rank for these key terms, and then they sell the lead to 3 or 4 or 5 different people. This is going to cut them out. This is going to hit their bottom line. That means you, as the local plumber, as a local AC guy, as a local, you're as a local business, you have a way of getting away from that now. You're not buying leads from them. You can actually start to rank with the correct content as long as you become an authoritative site with verified credentials. Clear author transparency and business grade clarity. Trust is being measured by a source's verifiable EEAT, not just a backlink profile. That means your EEAT is going to be more important than you getting backlinks to your website. Ranking first on Google used to be the goal, and being a trusted source for AI's answers is the only game in town. I really disagree with that. I don't think it's the only game in town. I think it will be eventually the only game in town. If AI can't verify your expertise, it won't cite you. Ooh, ready for this? No matter how much you spend on SEO. Nick, what do you mean? Let me break this down a little bit. Go to your device. Ask it to find your service, whatever service you offer. Ask it to find whatever product you offer, and see if you even show up. This device operates in the Apple ecosystem. Google operates within the Google ecosystem. Bing, Copilot Microsoft operates within the Microsoft ecosystem. And Yelp is right now feeding Alexa and Apple. You have to get in the right ecosystems. Yes, you need to do the SEO on your website. Yes, that is still part of the absolute foundation of what has to be built. But then you have to start building out these other ecosystems, and then you have to keep them up to date. Did you know that you should be posting daily to your Google business profile? Did you know that if what is on your Google business profile does not match your Apple business profile and your Bing business profile and your Yelp business profile, you're not going to get recommended? The game is changing. If your business is really struggling to rank in the top 10 on Google, you can start shifting now. Do a little bit of what's going out the door, right? Just make sure that's done. But you can really lean into this and start taking market share. Here's the other thing that I really like about this. You ever watch, you want to know who's really notorious for this? Car dealerships. Like you go read all the reviews and you could tell they're all bot reviews, right? They all have one review. It's for that car dealership and it is extremely basic. That means at some point in time, Google is going to launch their own AI that is going to be scrubbing through all of those reviews. And I really hope starts to delete them. That way we get a clean and level playing field. So the businesses that are doing right can start to be the authority through Google. Well, thank you guys for joining me today. My challenge to you, if I could give you one challenge, open up Google Maps. Go look at it. Go look at the differences. Go look at, ask it questions. See if you show up. See what competitors show up when you ask the question. And then if you don't have someone on your team that you are dedicating to reputation management, you call us. My name's Nick. I have the absolute honor of being the founder of Kinetic Curve. And I'd love to help you turn your reviews into revenue.